I think for me, it was really actually the first hair and makeup tests. There's something about seeing Cillian put that hat on, and Robert Downey Jr. with his head shaved back, and Emily Blunt in old age makeup. We did all that in the first test, and we shot it on the very first black and white IMAX film that had ever been made, and we projected it on an IMAX screen up at City Walk at Universal, and that was a very special moment. Special to realize what the actors would be able to do and that the thing was going to work, and to see that technical side of things that Hoyte was bringing to the table in the photography was remarkable, and that'll always stay with me.
I think everybody should be supporting women in the industry. I'm just saying. We had the most incredible group of women working on this film, and I think that, eventually I think we'll get to the point where we have sort of 50-50 representation across the board. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. I think things are getting a lot better than they were, and I'm very proud to have worked on a film that had so many fantastically talented women on it.
I don't like to speak too specifically about messages of films I make, because I feel that if cinema is didactic, it tends not to work dramatically so well. But having finished the film and having seen audiences respond to it, I mean, it was very striking to me when I first embarked on the project. I told one of my teenage sons what I was working on, and he actually said to me, well, young people aren't that concerned about nuclear weapons. It's not really in the forefront of their fears. And that did seem to me to be something that this film could, to some extent, help in success, and with a lot of people seeing it. And as far as any kind of broader message, the thing that I would like to point out is the film ends on what I consider a dramatically necessary moment of despair. But in reality, I don't think despair is the answer to the nuclear question. If you look at the work on non-proliferation that's been done by individuals and organizations since 1945, there's been a reduction in the number of nuclear weapons on the planet since 1967 of almost 90%. In the last few years, that's gone the wrong way. And it's very important that rather than despair, in reality, people are looking at advocacy. They're supporting organizations who are working to pressure politicians and leaders to reduce the number of nuclear weapons on our planet and make the world safer.
One of the things I love about my job is that, and our jobs is that we get to live with the film from the very, very beginning to the very end. And there are so many memorable moments along the way, whether it be, those sort of moments in prep where Cillian agrees to play Oppenheimer, or when you start shooting and you get to see Los Alamos as built and imagined by, our incredible production designer, Bruce de Jong. I think probably, for me, I will never forget the moment where I first saw the film, the first cut of the film, and I think it was the moment where I truly understood that this really worked, and I felt very good about the fact that it told a story that I felt was going to move audiences. You never quite know until you get to that point, and I think for me that was the moment I'll always remember, the sort of the feeling at the end of that screening of sort of relief and excitement.